The story begins inside a video game called Free City, a massive open-world game that feels a lot like GTA. In this world, the players wearing sunglasses are real people. There are no rules for them. They can do whatever they want, rob banks, destroy the city, and cause chaos just for fun. Then we meet a character named Guy. Guy is an NPC, a non-playable character. NPCs are not controlled by real humans. They're created through programming, so real players can mess with them, hurt them, and enjoy the game. Every morning, Guy wakes up and cheerfully says good morning to his goldfish, Goldie. He puts on his blue shirt, gets ready for work, and heads out, cause Guy works at a bank. On the way, he stops at his favorite coffee shop and grabs a cup of coffee. Outside, he notices a pair of shoes he absolutely loves, but they cost $200. Guy goes to the ATM to withdraw money, but his account doesn't have enough balance, so he continues toward work with his best friend Buddy, who works as a security guard at the same bank. Inside the bank, they start their usual routine. Suddenly, a group of players storms in to rob the place, but Guy and Buddy casually lie down on the floor and start chatting, because in Free City, robberies happen all the time. For NPCs like them, this chaos is just another normal day. Meanwhile, we're introduced to a real player named Molotov Girl. She's wearing sunglasses, which means she's a real person inside the game. She arrives to meet a masked man who claims he has proof of a secret hidden level inside Free City. The man admits he doesn't have the video evidence, but he does have a map that leads to it. Molotov Girl pays him and takes the map. Back in the game, Guy is heading home with Buddy when he suddenly sees Molotov Girl walking down the street. The moment he sees her, Guy falls in love at first sight. He starts following her, but Buddy warns him, "Hey man, she's wearing sunglasses. Players don't talk to NPCs." Guy doesn't listen and keeps following her until a train suddenly crashes into him, killing him instantly. Now we shift to the real world. We meet Millie, the real person behind Molotov Girl. She's playing Free City because she has filed a lawsuit against the game's company. Millie believes the developers stole her original game code, and she's searching inside Free City for proof. Back inside the game, Guy respawns because death doesn't matter here. He wakes up again, repeats the same routine, and goes back to work, just like his programming tells him to do. Another robbery happens at the bank, and Guy and Buddy lie down on the floor again. But this time, Guy notices Molotov Girl outside once more. Buddy warns him again, "She's a player. She won't talk to you." That's when Guy gets an idea. He thinks, what if I wear sunglasses too? Guy attacks a player, steals his sunglasses, and actually kills him. All the NPCs around him are shocked. As soon as Guy puts on the sunglasses, everything changes. Suddenly, he can see the game like a real player. Health bars, missions, upgrades, cash, and power-ups. Guy is amazed. He starts collecting add-ons and money, and when he checks the ATM again, his bank account is now full. For the first time ever, Guy feels truly alive. In the real world, we meet Keys, a programmer working at Tsunami Studios, the company behind Free City. Keys notices Guy's strange behavior and is completely shocked. He tells his friend Mouser that an NPC just stole sunglasses from a player and killed him. Mouser orders Keys to find Guy's ID and delete him from the game. Keys tries, but Guy doesn't show up in the system. Confused and nervous, they decide to enter the game themselves and hunt Guy down. Keys logs in using a police officer avatar, and this is where the real madness begins. Back inside the game, we see Guy again, and this time, he finally buys those expensive shoes he always wanted, because now he has plenty of money. Guy starts roaming freely around the city, enjoying his new life. But suddenly, Keys and Mouser arrive in a police car. They spot Guy and immediately start attacking him. Guy panics and runs for his life. While escaping, he enters a tall building, but Keys and Mouser keep firing at him non-stop. With no other option left, Guy jumps straight out of the building. He's about to crash to his death, but at the last second, he activates a bubble suit gadget. The bubble saves him from the fall. Guy is overjoyed. He can't believe he survived. But that happiness lasts only a moment. Suddenly, Keys crashes into him with a car, killing Guy instantly. Now we shift back to the real world. We learn that Keys and Millie once created a game together called Life Itself. It was a reality-style open-world game, and they were planning to sell it to the world's biggest gaming company, Tsunami. But after buying the game, Tsunami's CEO Antoine never released it. Millie strongly believes that Antoine stole their game's code and secretly used it to build Free City. Millie comes to meet Keys and confronts him. She asks, "Why are you working for the same guy who stole our game?" Millie tells Keys that she found a major clue inside Free City, proof that Antoine copied their code, but that proof is hidden inside a secret gamer hideout in the game. She asks Keys to help her get inside. Keys doesn't believe her and tells her to leave. Meanwhile, inside the game, Guy respawns once again. As he gets dressed in the morning, he suddenly realizes something. People recognize him because of his blue shirt. So this time, he switches to a blue t-shirt instead. Millie logs back into Free City to find the hidden clue. She heads toward the secret location where the clip is stored and secretly watches the guards from a distance. Suddenly, Guy shows up. Millie assumes he's an enemy and is about to attack, but Guy quickly says, "I'm the same guy you met on the street that day." Before they can talk any further, the guards notice them and open fire. Using a portal gun, Guy and Millie escape just in time. Millie takes Guy to her secret hideout, filled with rare items and collected gear. She tells him, "My level is 195. If you want to impress me, you'll have to level up." She checks Guy's stats and his level is only 1. Guy asks innocently, "How do I increase my level?" Millie replies, "This is Free City. Steal a car, shoot someone, cause chaos." Guy hesitates and says, "I don't like hurting people." Millie is shocked. She tells him, "You're different from everyone else." Then she explains that if he doesn't want to kill anyone, he can still level up by stealing weapons and money instead. Before leaving, Guy asks, "At what level will you meet me again?" Millie smiles and says, "Even if you reach level 100, I might think about it." Guy leaves, determined to level up. At first, he struggles badly. Being an NPC, he doesn't know how to fight or survive. He keeps dying again and again, but slowly, he learns. Guy starts leveling up without killing anyone. He only takes stolen weapons, cash, and gear from players, and soon, he begins leveling up at an unbelievable speed. News spreads all across Free City. A blue shirt guy is leveling up insanely fast, and he's doing it by being good. Players everywhere are confused. They believe he's a real player pretending to be an NPC, but no one can figure out who he really is. Guy keeps leveling up faster and faster, until finally, Guy reaches level 102. And now all eyes are on him. Guy goes back to the bank to meet his best friend Buddy. Excited, Guy tells him, "I talked to that girl with the glasses, and now I'm a glasses guy too." Just then, a player storms into the bank to rob it and starts threatening Guy. But this time, Guy doesn't panic. He calmly grabs the player's gun, takes away his glasses, and hands them to Buddy. Guy says, "These glasses changed my life. Now they can change yours too." But Buddy nervously refuses and says, "No, that's not for me." Back in the real world, Keys receives a message from Millie. She tells him, "I can't get inside the secret hideout without you. I need your help." Inside the game, Millie, playing as Molotov Girl, reaches the secret hideout. Keys finally agrees to help her and secretly sneaks into the restroom at work to assist her. He tells her, "I can only open the gate for you. The player who owns this hideout is busy dancing right now. You've got 5 minutes. That's it." Within those 5 minutes, Millie must grab the proof and get out. With Keys' help, Millie enters the hideout and successfully finds the video clip. But suddenly, the security alarm goes off. The guards are alerted and immediately open fire. Millie panics and tells Keys, "I can't handle this alone. I need your help." Keys replies helplessly, "I can't do anything more." Just then, Guy arrives on a bike. He jumps into action and takes down the guards one by one. Millie is shocked and happy to see him. But more guards show up. Guy asks her, "What are you here to get?" Millie replies, "I came to steal a video clip, but right now, I'm just trying to survive." Keys asks Millie, "Who are you talking to?" Millie answers, "I'm talking to that player, the one inside an NPC avatar." Keys is completely stunned. On his laptop, he can see only Millie logged in. There's no other player visible. But in the chaos, the video clip gets left behind. Now we cut to Antoine, arriving at Tsunami Studios. Antoine, the owner of the company, is arrogant, controlling, and obsessed with success. He announces that Free City 2 is launching soon, and orders the designers to start working on new avatars immediately. Back in the game, Guy takes Millie to his hideout. Millie asks him, "Who are you?" Guy simply replies, "I'm Guy." She asks again, "Who are you in the real world?" Millie believes he's a real player. Guy answers honestly, "My name is Guy, and I work at a bank." Millie thinks he's hiding his identity on purpose and doesn't believe him. Guy then takes her out for ice cream. As they spend time together, they realize how similar their thoughts are. They laugh, they talk, they connect. Slowly they fall in love, and finally, they share a kiss. Before leaving, Molotov Girl smiles and says, "I'm going now, but we'll meet again." Then she reveals her real name. "My name is Millie." We now see Keys, who's digging deeper into Guy's data, and what he discovers completely shocks him. Guy isn't a real player at all. Guy is an NPC who has somehow developed his own artificial intelligence. He's thinking on his own, feeling emotions on his own. After realizing this, Keys immediately goes to Millie and tells her the truth. He says, "You were right. Our original code is inside Free City. The characters we created in our game were meant to think for themselves, and that's exactly what's happening here. That blue shirt avatar, Guy, he's not a human player. He's a character who believes he's real. This means Guy is the world's first true artificial mind." But Millie doesn't believe him. She casually replies, "I kissed him." Keys bursts out laughing, thinking she's joking. But suddenly, something clicks in his mind. He remembers Antoine is about to launch Free City 2, and that's when Keys realizes the truth. Antoine has been lying. Free City 2 isn't an update. It's a brand new game. No old missions, no old characters. Which means when Free City 2 launches in 2 days, Free City will be completely shut down. And with it, their original game, their work, their dream, everything will be erased. Millie is heartbroken. She says, if that happens, we lose everything. Keys replies, there's still one chance. If we can find our original source code inside Free City, we can prove Antoine used it without permission. But we have to do it before Free City 2 launches. Millie says sadly, I tried. I searched everywhere. I failed. Keys looks at her and says, we can ask Guy for help. Millie hesitates. That means I'll have to tell him the truth. Inside the game, Millie meets Guy again. She takes him to a quiet place and finally says, this city, it's just a game. Guy calmly replies, I know. You taught me how to level up, remember? Millie shakes her head and explains, no, not like that. This city isn't like a game. It is a video game. Guy pauses. So, this whole world is a game and we're the players? Millie takes a deep breath. Not all of us. You're an NPC. Guy asks, confused. What's an NPC? Millie shows him a video and explains, NPC means non-playable character. Characters created only for real players' entertainment. Hearing this breaks Guy. He realizes he isn't real, that his existence might not matter at all. Hurt and overwhelmed, he walks away. Millie tries to stop him and says, this game shuts down in 2 days. Everything will end. But Guy doesn't listen. He turns back and says quietly, when I met you, I felt like my life had meaning. But now I know the truth. You're real. I'm not. Guy walks toward the water, hoping to escape this world. But when he reaches the edge, he sees an invisible shield. No one can leave. That's when Guy truly accepts it. This world is fake, and so is he. Buddy smiles gently and says, it doesn't matter if you're real or not. What matters is that this moment is real, and helping a friend, that's as real as it gets. Those words change everything. Guy finally understands. He decides to help Millie. Guy and Buddy head to the secret hideout. Buddy knows all the guards, so getting inside is easy. Soon, the hideout's real player arrives. Guy walks up and says, I need the video clip, the one with the secret level. The player instantly recognizes him. You're the famous blue shirt guy. I'm your biggest fan. You were here before with that girl. Guy smiles and says, her name is Millie. The player happily hands over the secret video clip and says, I tried going back there again, but the path is closed now. But everything was recorded in this clip. You'll find the proof you need here. Guy goes to meet Millie at her hideout, but when he arrives, she's completely frozen, because right now Millie isn't logged into the game. Guy tries again and again to wake her up, and then Millie suddenly comes back online. Guy hands her the video clip. The moment Millie watches it, her face lights up with hope. She's finally got proof. At the same time, something unexpected happens. Players all over the world start loving Guy. Gamers begin sharing his clips everywhere. They see him as an inspiration, a character who proves that inside Free City, you don't have to be violent to be powerful. People start saying, if Guy can choose to be good, so can we. But this makes Antoine furious. He watches social media explode with blue shirt Guy videos. Because of Guy's popularity, Free City 2 pre-orders start dropping fast. Guy being good is bad for business. He's ruining the game. We have to ban him. Keys steps in and says, you can't ban him. He's not a hacker. He's an NPC. Antoine smirks and replies, if we can't ban him, we can reset him. Everyone goes silent. Antoine asks for ideas. Mouser says, if we reboot the servers, Guy will reset back to normal. Keys looks shocked. You'll erase the world's first artificial mind. Antoine coldly replies, he's costing me money, and for money, I'll do anything. Antoine orders Mouser to reboot the servers. Inside the game, Millie takes Guy to the multiplayer lounge. She plays the video clip. On screen, the new secret level appears. Millie says emotionally, this is our original design. This proves our code was stolen. Guy nods and says, I've seen this place before. But before he can explain, the server reboot begins. Everything wipes out. The clip gets deleted. All players are disconnected. Inside the game, every avatar freezes in place. Gamers everywhere panic. Then, the game reboots. Mighty rushes back into Free City. She finds Guy, but he's different now. Guy wakes up, gets dressed, and prepares for work. Just like before, his memory is completely gone. Millie tries desperately. She says, you know me. You know that place. You know where the proof is. Guy looks confused and calmly replies, I'm sorry. I don't know you. Millie is devastated. Guy was the only one who knew the location. Back in the real world, Keys calls Millie. He tells her, I checked Guy's code. A simple reboot can't erase his memory. You need to bring it back. Millie says sadly, I tried. He doesn't remember anything. Keys replies, I've sent you his original data logs. When you see them, you'll understand. Millie opens her laptop. Keys explains, because of our code, Guy was different. Every day in Free City was the same. But then, he fell in love with you. And because of that, he learned how to truly live. That's why only you can fix him. Millie logs back into the game. She goes to the bank and starts a robbery. Then she tells Guy, come with me. Outside, she tries to remind him of everything, but Guy still remembers nothing. So Millie takes a risk. She kisses him again, and suddenly, everything comes rushing back. Guy looks at her and smiles. I remember everything. He takes Millie to his house. At the window, he shows her something incredible, a reflection in the water. Millie realizes the truth. Antoine hid their original design beyond the water. He erased access, but forgot to erase the reflection. That means the proof still exists. They just can't reach it. Guy says, I tried crossing the water before. No one can go past it. Millie takes a deep breath and says, then we'll need Key's help. Millie contacts Keys and tells him everything. She says, no matter what happens, we have to cross the water. Keys replies, get there. I'll build a bridge for you. But Antoine will understand the plan, and he'll attack from every direction. Inside the game, Guy speaks up and says, if we bring all the NPCs together, there'll be no one left to attack us. Guy gathers every NPC in Free City. He stands in front of them and says, how long will we keep getting hurt for someone else's fun? This can change. We can become whatever we choose. The NPCs hesitate and say, we're not like you. Guy calmly replies, what's inside me is inside you too. He points toward the water and says, beyond that lies a world where we can be free, a place where we decide our future. The NPCs listen, and finally they agree to stand with him. Soon, something shocking happens. Free City becomes empty. All NPCs go on strike. Only real players remain. Gamers across the world are stunned. Antoine realizes the truth. Molotov girl is Millie, and she's heading toward the water with Guy. He orders Mouser to stop them. Guy and Millie move forward, but Mouser attacks using cars and buildings themselves. Guy dodges everything and keeps running. Millie calls Keys for help. Keys builds a bridge over the road. They escape just in time. Antoine panics. He orders his new character to be released. Dude, a stronger, brutal copy of Guy. At the same time, Antoine discovers Keys helped them and fires him instantly. But Keys doesn't stop. He keeps building the bridge anyway. Enraged, Antoine orders Mouser to delete every player from the game. If you cross this bridge, we'll meet again in the world I created. And with that, Millie gets deleted. All players disconnect. Guy is alone. In the real world, Keys live streams Guy. Every screen begins showing him. The whole world watches. At the same time, Dude finishes loading. He reaches Guy and attacks him brutally. Guy is thrown to the ground. Dude raises his fist for the final blow, but Guy puts on his glasses. Using Captain America's shield, he blocks the attack. Guy fights back like a true hero, but Dude slams him down again and begins crushing him. Then Guy gets an idea. He puts the glasses on Dude. Suddenly, Dude sees the game for what it is. He starts collecting items, power-ups, distractions. Guy smiles. Guy runs toward the bridge with his best friend Buddy. Antoine loses control. He runs into the server room and begins destroying servers one by one. Mouser finally realizes the truth. Antoine stole Key's code. He tries to stop Antoine, but Antoine throws him out. As servers collapse, the city begins to crumble. The bridge starts breaking. Guy and Buddy run, but Buddy falls behind. The bridge cracks. Guy turns back to save him. Buddy smiles and says, go, keep going. Guy reaches the other side. Across the water, Millie's original city appears. A peaceful world. A real one. The NPCs cheer. In the real world, everyone sees it too. The proof is undeniable. Antoine stole the code. Police arrest him on the spot. Millie and Keys finally get their own game, the world they truly created. Millie goes back into the game to meet Guy one last time. They talk quietly. Millie says, this world, I made it, but I can't stay here with you forever. Guy smiles and replies, I'm just a program, but I love you, and that means something. If I'm written code, then I'm a love letter, and the one who wrote me lives in your world. At that moment, Millie understands. That love letter wasn't written by chance. It was written by Keys, the man who never found the courage to say what he truly felt. Millie runs to him. Keys sees her and realizes his love was finally understood. They smile. They choose each other. Back in the game, Guy and the others live happily in their new world. Even Dude and Guy become friends. A perfect ending. Because sometimes, love isn't said out loud. Sometimes, it's written into who you are. If this story made you feel something, subscribe and share it with someone you care about.